All right. Thank you again for joining Who Taught Us That podcast with Jay and Miss Lady. So, Miss Lady, what we talking about today?
Today we are talking about accountability versus apology. Which do you prefer? Let me
I like to hold people accountable because, apology, like somebody needs to apologize for doing something or what?
Yeah, like if I did something to you and or do it to you, would it matter if I apologize to you or do I acknowledge the accountability, that
I
I
need
did
you
something?
to acknowledge it.
You don't want me to do both?
No.
One or the other?
No, because apologies usually don't mean nothing. People just do it to me. People just apologize to kind of like, that's kind of a shooing you away. I'm sorry I did that. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Because a lot of times if people can't acknowledge what they did, they are going to do it again. I have seen it time and time again. So when you be talking about, I need you to forgive,
So are you the kind of person that, if I knocked your water cup over and spilled all your water out and I say, I'm sorry, but if I, you just, why are you looking at me like if I knocked it over, so I'm so sorry for spilling your water. You want me to acknowledge what I did?
You did
or
when you said when I knocked your water over.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If I just said I'm sorry and left it alone, that ain't good enough for you. So you want me to say I'm sorry for spilling your water?
Yeah, because don't do it again.
You want me to you want me to tell you so that way. So do you think that if I acknowledge it, if I say it out loud, that it's I'm more prone not to do it again?
Correct. Okay. There we go. Girl.
All right. Well, this was a quick episode. No.
So would you prefer apology?
As I get older, I guess it depends. I'm definitely one on accountability because I don't want any repeats. Like, don't just be doing stuff. Just don't tell me you sorry and you don't know why you sorry.
Thank
or,
you. There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you mad? I'm sorry. I won't do that. But you don't even know why I'm mad. So I need you to dive in and talk to me.
Yeah.
And then you can apologize. I'm sorry for taking you for granted. That's the last thing I want to do. So next time we'll do X, Y, Z or whatever. Then that's gonna make me feel like I've been heard by you. Versus you just I didn't know you wanted to go. I'm sorry. Dang. Next time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It holds no weight.
Yeah. Or next time, tell me. Or next time. No. What do you mean next time? I hate when people do that too, because they try to dump it back in your lap. You know that? People do that?
Yes,
they try to dump it back. Yeah, try to dump it back in your lap.
I told you we could have did that. No. I know what you told me, but I know what we haven't done is what you said we were going to do. So, no.
But it's your fault that you mad.
Yeah, it's your fault that you had to do it by yourself because we could have did it together. No, because you're not going to keep telling me what we're going to do. And you ain't coming through because you really ain't going to do it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like apologies. And I say that loosely because I do think that people should apologize for doing wrong. But like we've already said, if you don't really acknowledge what you're apologizing for, you are going to do it again because you can't even let the words come out your mouth. Something that's for as spilling a cup of water. I mean, that is what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me help you or whatever the case may be. That's one thing, but you wrecked my car. I am so sorry. No, you get no weight.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I totaled your car out. What happened? I'm just sorry. No, the insurance company needs to know what happened, and I need to know too.
Yeah, I agree. I know that I have allowed people to give me, like you said, the basic, I'm sorry. And I think I allow that because I really don't care. You know, like I'll get to that point where maybe they've done something enough to, it don't even matter. Take your apology. Yeah, it's cool. Whatever, going about, go.
Why? Because you didn't already cut them off?
Probably, or not so much as I didn't cut them off, but maybe I see you for who you are. So remember, I don't know if you remember when we talked about boxes a long time ago, and I didn't put you in this box right here. You might be in that box. So I might fool with you, but I don't fool with you like that.
Right, yeah.
You know, so yeah, you can give me a basic apology. Okay, fine, whatever. Because I don't really fool with you no way. Like, you know. But if it's somebody I really care about, I'm going to tell you what you did wrong. And, you know, hopefully you can acknowledge it and we fix it and we move forward. But if you blow me off like it ain't nothing, then no. Because you don't care. I feel like people that really care about you, like that goes back to we talked about before, like when you're hurting somebody on purpose.
Yes.
And if you do something and I told you that this is how it made me feel, you know, regardless if you get it or not, this is how it made me feel. When you did what you did, this is how that made me feel. And I think if somebody really cares about you, they will stop, listen, and acknowledge, oh, I'm so sorry.
I used to have somebody to say, I'm not responsible for how you feel. I was like, what?
No, I don't agree with
And
that.
then they try to flip it around when I did something to somebody else that they like. And they said, well, you made them feel. I said, oh, no. Because you are a prime person that says all the time that you're not responsible for feelings. So please, don't tell me that I'm responsible for that person's feelings.
And you know what? To elaborate on that a little bit, I can kind of see if I have an emotional friend that's just emotional, everything you do hurt their feelings. No, I'm not going to keep apologizing. I probably won't be dealing with that person. Because I'm not going to keep apologizing to you because you sensitive and you wearing your heart. Like, dang, I can't do that. I can't hang out with you. Because every time I turn the corner, you mad about something.
But to me, somebody like that don't want to be held accountable on nothing. They don't want, most people who are crybabies like that, I feel like I'm so mean. Because I cry a lot. I mean, my feelings get hurt easy too. But people who do that don't want to be held accountable for what they're doing wrong. Because I guarantee you did something probably based off of something they did. And now they're putting it back on you.
Probably, but I'm going back to that comment you said that person said to you, I'm not responsible for your feelings. I can agree with that if the person is so sensitive, because you know there's some sensitive people out there, and every time you turn around you say, boo, you hurt my feelings. Oh no, I can't. No. So I kind of agree.
But then you can't turn around and try to correct me about hurting somebody else's feelings.
No, I agree with that too. No,
yeah,
that person
I'm
wrong.
like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, but you can't. Everybody, you just can't. Because they're gonna have, that's all you're gonna do. You're gonna spend most of your time apologizing to them.
That's what some people want. Because then it makes them feel
a sense of power.
Yes.
Now they knew they was wrong. That's why they apologized. No, they probably apologized to get you to shut up. I'm just saying.
Why would you apologize to get somebody to shut up?
Because they just keep going on and on and on. You see how I flip this? I can see both sides. Some people are genuine. You can really apologize, and they really just want you to change.
Right.
They really just want you to understand them and not hurt them in that way again. Then you have some people that just, every time you turn around, they feelings is hurt, and they just want that control. Like, I made him or her apologize or whatever. And I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not good on apologies. I'm better at accountability because if I do something to somebody, I can sit back and go, dang, that was jacked up.
Right.
But just to say, oh, I'm sorry. Because I remember I apologized to somebody for something. And I didn't even do nothing. But I know that I can talk slick without thinking. Like it just, and it came out. I'm like, oh, Lord, I can't re-swallow that. And I remember being on a trip. It was 4 girls. And it was time to go. And one of the girls had a real bad attitude when we was packing up. And I was like, looking around, and everybody else was acting like they wouldn't notice it. But I noticed it, and I'm like, well, if I did something to you, I apologize. And one of the girls looked at me and said, what is you apologizing for? I said, well, hell, what happened? What is she mad for? I was so lost. Like, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And the other girl, she was like, I ain't apologize for nothing because I know I didn't do nothing. But kind of find out the other two girls had fell out with each other, and they, whatever reason, you know. But I was like, what is going on? I said, well, did I say something slick yesterday and I don't remember?
I don't like that either. I don't like that. If I'm mad, why everybody gotta know that I'm mad?
Yeah.
Why everybody gotta know? I don't like that. I don't know. Again, I think everything goes back to attention.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Because
I do believe that about that person. I'm like,
why are we performing? Why are we putting on this performance? I want you to know I'm mad. I'm a bang this cup up against, or I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna slam this.
Yes.
So you can know and ask me what's wrong. Why are we doing that?
See, this is the mature person. Because back in the day, I'm sure you could think of a whole bunch of people who were like that.
Yes, I can.
And would you say that they're still like that now?
Probably.
Yeah. That means they didn't got in the box. They done been in the box for a long time. You ain't lift up the box and see if they ready to come out and play.
No.
You done?
I'm
done.
Oh
my goodness. Bless they heart.
Because most of the time, and I look here, everybody can get mad, and y'all people that's getting mad.
Please don't.
It's because y'all looking in the mirror. Cause I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Yeah, because most of the time people don't change. I ain't saying they can't. Don't get me mixed up. People don't change because they don't recognize. Somebody haven't told them or corrected that behavior for them to let them know, don't do that. Why are you acting like that? Why do we all have to know that you mad?
Or that you being...
Yeah, and so they don't get a chance to correct that behavior because, she's mad. I'm going on over here, and I ain't even about to fool with her. I'm going to let her calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she's ready, then we'll go on and act like she didn't just throw a little miniature fit. Most people don't. Oh, my God.
I see so many adults throwing tantrums. Yeah. I'm like, you done had a whole... Yeah.
And they're not being corrected by their friends or their so-called friends or whatever they are.
You know how many people live their whole life acting like that and nobody correct them? It's funny to me because I just look at them like...
It is, but then it's irritating because y'all can't... It's like, I think we talked about this at one point. Like you said, going out to a restaurant or something. You know, you got that one friend you like, man, she about to... I know if we go, she gonna cut up. Or she gonna do this or she... Who wants to keep hanging with somebody like that?
Right, yeah. I got certain people, I don't do certain things with them because they've already displayed their behavior on multiple occasions. And so
have you tried to tell them, don't act like that? And
I don't think that I have. One, because I know that they're not going to want to be held accountable and they're going to be argumentative with me. Even though other people have witnessed it too and have commented to me and said, won't you say something? But I'm like, for what? Like some people don't see what they do.
I think they do see it. I think they want to say, nah, that MF, he shouldn't have did XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I'm going to need you to sit down and shut up.
But some people are like that because... Let's use a restaurant for an example. They talk down to servers because they're being served, and so they like, well, that's the job they chose, and I'm like, what? Like, it's just crazy. But in their mind, they have a legitimate reason why they speak to them like that.
Yeah, the same reason why they don't tell.
Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what the people do.
Because I think that's crazy too. Like you know, people expect a service. Mm-hmm. They expect it.
Yes.
But yet you want to treat somebody bad.
Yes.
Like, okay, again, your brain is fried.
People treat servers bad all the time.
Because why are you looking down? My thing is this: the same way you came up with, regardless if whatever your job is or how high you think you are, you can be knocked back down.
I know. That's why to tell somebody that was complaining about homeless people, and I was like, you just one check away from being homeless.
Yeah.
And they looked at me so crazy. I said, these people did not raise their hand and said, let me get in the homeless line. Like,
Right.
why are you so upset with them? I realize that some of them do some stuff that they should not do, setting the highway on fire and all that, but they did not say, excuse me, yeah, I'm ready to be homeless. Like, they did not do that. Like, certain circumstance, whether it was intentional or not, caused them to be in this situation. So I'm gonna need you to have a little bit of empathy. But people just miss that whole boat in regards to that, which is real interesting to me. And the other interesting thing about the whole service and restaurant stuff, people think they're going to these big old, oh God, the steak is, $100 or whatever, and they think they're getting all these things. But these are the same people that ain't making no money, so they don't live the same lifestyle as you. They going, living in a house with 15 other people, whatever the case may be, or they're on drugs, or just average citizens. They're the same people that you walk by and won't speak at the store, but you done spent all this money to eat the food at this particular restaurant. But you're not taking into consideration who the cooks are, who the bartender is, who the servers are, because you at this elegant restaurant. I'm just like, really? Do you really think that them people back there is making $100 an hour? Because they're not.
I don't think people care. I think this is where the selfish part kicks in, especially if they're mistreating their server or whatever. They don't care. They just, in that moment, we went to this elegant restaurant and we had steaks and blah, blah, blah. They don't care. They don't care about the people. I know, but they don't. I mean, just going back to accountability and apologies, most of the time when people throw that stuff out, they don't care. They just pacifying you for what you need in that moment.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm so against apologies.
Apologies, yeah.
It's just like, because a lot of times people say I'm sorry so often that they're not sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry is what you hear people say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But really, you're not sorry.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a form of repetitious behavior. If you that's like somebody telling you they love you. Some people just,
oh God, yes,
I love you. You get, love you, love you, love you. They just say it. It just comes out their mouth. Sometimes people don't even realize the things that they're saying because it's just
repetition.
Yeah.
But when I tell people I love them, I do love them. I love you.
Look, if I tell you I love you, you best know I love you, because otherwise you ain't getting that either.
Oh my goodness, Lord, yeah. I
from
tell
the
people all the
streets.
time, I love you. I give people hugs all the time. I know they be like, something is wrong with this girl. I just,
Why are you so loving? Let's dive into that. We got to hit a curve. Why are you so loving? Yeah.
I just want people to be happy.
I know, but but why? I want people to be happy too. But that I'm not loving. We are totally opposite. We're gonna have a good conversation today. We are totally opposite. I want people to be happy too, but I'm not loving.
I just think that it makes for a better world when you are loving on people. And I just, I'm real big on be nice, be kind to people. Because when I go in the store, I cannot stand that. You know what I don't like? I don't like when let's say I'm going to the post office and I say, how much is a book of stamps? I hate when they answer me with an attitude like, oh my God, don't ask me the same question. You work at the post office, sweetie. 10 more people after me are going to ask you that same question. So why can't you just deliver it in a way that is okay? Because everybody's going to ask you that question. From the time you open up to you close, you're going to hear that question multiple times. It's the same anywhere. So when I go somewhere, I just try to be, hey, how you doing? Smile or whatever, because I don't know what happened to you this morning. I don't know. And I just want you to have a better day.
Well, I do that. and I understand. I'm right there with you. Okay,
Okay.
we level
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I do believe in being polite to people, mannerism, opening the door, all that stuff. But the loving, when I think of loving, I think of what you just said, telling someone that you love them or giving the affection, the hugs and
Yes,
kisses.
I love giving
Yeah,
hugs.
I ain't,
I don't know, some that you know how they tell the new mothers your newborn want that skin on skin because they know that's me. If I hug you, then you know that yes, I love you and I want nothing but the best. I think the problem is how because we don't see death the same way. I think that's really comes from is because
Interesting. Okay. Go
yeah,
go.
because for me, I didn't have so many people to pass away early in life that I already know tomorrow is not promised. So if I leave this earth, I want you to know, girl, I love you.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because we don't see death the same way.
No, we
'Cause-
do. I do. I see that too. I do. I don't want my last. Now I will tell you a little secret about me. I don't want my last conversation because I do see it like that. Like tomorrow's not promised. So I don't. If we have a disagreement or or something, I'm gonna try to make it right with you. I'm gonna call you. Hey, Jay, can we
Right,
talk?
yes.
Can we? How you respond determines everything. But I do look at that because I do know that tomorrow's not promised, and I don't want to be one of them people that, oh my God, did you hear? Such and such is sick or such and such, and then you want to get some empathy or whatever
Yes,
because
yes.
now there's a reason. No. If I like you, I like you. If I
Yeah.
don't, I don't. I mean, I'm sorry that you're going through whatever you're going through, but that's not going to make me run and pick up the phone and be like, hey, because to me, that's not genuine. That's not genuine to me. Genuine is being there for you regardless.
Right.
Whatever's going on in your life. Not when something's bad, then I want to show up and act. Because a lot of people do that. They'll show up
They
like
do. Like, I don't do that. Like, if somebody is sick and I haven't been in contact with them, I may call to see if they need something, but I'm not going to keep showing up there because I don't want them to think that I'm trying to get their personal whatever is going on with
I
their
don't think,
health.
no, I think people do it to say to
That they did it,
Yes,
yeah.
bragging rights. Oh, yeah, I was there. As soon as I heard she got sick, I was there from the
Yeah,
time
and I
on
don't even
and-
share that with people. Like, if I do something for somebody, you ain't going to hear it from me.
That's how I am. I
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff in secret because I don't need that's not my reason for doing it. I'm
Right,
doing it from my
yeah,
heart,
yeah.
so I don't need to share.
I don't know. I think I'm loving. My dad was extremely a loving person, and I want to say I got it from him. My mom wasn't like a hugger, but if she said I love you, baby, you better hold on to that because you may not hear it for a while.
There you go, me and
But-
mom. That's what I'm talking
But
about.
my dad was very much, a hugger and
Okay.
yeah. So I know
So you might have got it from
I
your
got
dad?
that from my dad. I think.
And see, I was thinking about that because I'm like, okay, and maybe that's why I am the way I am because I did not get that love and affection from my parents. And my grandmother wasn't affectionate either. She was affectionate in telling me, saying the words "I love you," but the hugs and I didn't get that. So I was ready to fight. You touch me, I'm throwing what? We squaring
Right.
up. Then why you touching me?
Which is so funny because when my niece started dating this guy, that's how she describes you. Now, when my Aunt Jay come around, she's a hugger. So don't clam up because when she sees you, she's going to hug you again. She's going to hug you again. She's going to rock you and say all these things and ask you da-da-da-da-da. And it's so funny because every time I say, Mom, how you doing? Where your mama and dad? Everybody doing okay? And I really want to know if
Right.
they're doing okay. Like, I'm not just saying the words. Because if you say, nah, my mama been sick, what she need? What you need me to do for her? And
Right.
so, I don't know. I just think that people always assume that somebody else is going to show up. And I'm the person, let me show up. I think that's my motto. Because you always think somebody else is going to show up. But
That's
no, I'm going to
interesting.
show up.
And my brother is totally opposite of me as I
Yes,
sit here
your
and think
brother is
about it.
very hugging.
And
How
very
you doing?
affectionate.
He very friendly.
And be
all the
trying
time.
to choke. Get over here, girl. Give me a
Exactly.
hug. And I'm fighting him. Get off me.
And I can't say that any of my siblings are like that. They know I'm gonna hug them, honey. They be looking like, oh God, here she comes.
So you the only one.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't- yeah,
Maybe
my-
it's in us. Maybe it's, maybe we born. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. Now, my youngest son is definitely a hugger. Now, my oldest son, he would be like, hey, how you doing? He, shake your hand or whatever. But no, me and my youngest, we going in for the kill. Where you been?
That is funny. Now, that's funny. Me and my mentor, we just like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, all right. That head tilt, that's I love you. All right.
And it's so funny because some people who know I'm a hugger and I know they're not a hugger, it's so hard for me. Like one of my...
To resist hugging them?
Yes. Because they be looking like, girl, don't come over here. Don't come over here. And so in my head, I done already gave them a hug. And I'm like, you doing okay? Like, and I have a friend, I just want to hug her so bad. She lost a parent and I do want to, and I can tell she kind of want to hug, but I don't want to get rejected. And so I be like, well, I hope everything is going okay. Because I do try to respect people's space.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I remember one time, something happened. I don't know what it was. It was something bad. And my friend came up to me and she was like, can I hug you? And I was like, no.
See, I don't want that. If you standing real tall and strong, and you know I'm coming, and I can tell you don't want one, I just go. Okay.
She knew too, because I think I had tears, and I don't never cry. And I was like, she was like, oh, can I? And I was like, no, don't touch me. Don't, because if she would have, I would have broke. And I ain't trying to break.
Oh my God, we're
I
all
think I
humans.
just had a tear, like it
Sometimes
was trying to
we
hold.
all need that good. We need that good hug, that good teary-eyed, cry.
Be in the privacy of my own home with that ugly cry.
Yeah, I do that too. And and that's a lot of times. People are, are you ever sad? Yeah. I cry in the shower all the time. What? Yeah. I'll be like, oh, Lord, what am I going to do?
Oh, my God.
But then when I come back out, that's that face. I'll be like, hey.
That's See, that is scary. That's not healthy. See, they talk about people. No.
Yes, it is.
You come out, like you said, the face. Put the mask on like I'm ready now. Let me get myself together.
But if somebody asks me,
are you okay?
I'll be like, And then they look like, what? I'll be like, yeah, girl, let me tell you what's going on. And they look at me real crazy. But sometimes I'll be like, yep, I'm good. But people who know me, they be like, you ain't good. I be like, I ain't good, but I ain't ready to talk about it yet. Give me a couple of days, and they'll circle back around, and I'll finally tell them.
That's interesting. Now, I'm about to share something. This is kind of funny, and maybe you can help me with this, because I told my youngest, I said, not too many people call me and ask me how I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I wonder why. Is it because they don't want to know?
Because people like to say you strong. I hate when people say that to me. You so strong. How'd you? No,
no. They do not call and say how you doing.
I say how you doing.
You'll call and say how you doing.
What's going on?
You will, but I'm saying like.
And I know you're gonna never say girl.
Right.
You be like, I'm good.
But I'm saying people that I don't talk to often. I talk to you a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about people I don't talk to often. They don't call and say, how you doing? Hey, what you up to? They don't say, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Do you need? Like, they don't. They don't say that to me. I wonder why.
It's because you come across as very put together. And I could say that because people say that to me. You seem very put together. I don't see that you need anything. And so, so they don't call and ask me, do I need? The people who do call and say, do you need something? I know they mean it.
Right.
Do you need something? You good, sis? What's going on? Them people I know, if I do need something, because I got one friend, she said, I know you ain't going to ask for nothing, but what do you need? What do you know? And I'll be like, I'm good. I'm good.
That's interesting how people, I have people that just, or they'll want something from me. They'll call like they, That's interesting. But the loving part.
People don't call and ask me for anything.
Because they know.
Because they know. Be like, what? Yeah, you got to answer all a gazillion of my questions before you get anything from me. And so, I don't get a lot of that. I hear people talking about, being used by friends and family. And, the most I can say that people using me is my time. Just sitting and doing this and that. But as far as, like, I don't loan money like that. I don't co-sign on nothing. I don't give a lot of money up for something. Like if you need something, I'll go to the store and buy it and won't ask you for it. But to be like, I need to pay my rent or like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm not getting them kind of calls.
Yeah.
Praise ye the Lord
I
and
didn't
don't
have people
call.
call. Yeah, I didn't. I messed up on my. Can you? What? No.
Yeah, because I can help you with a budget. I can show you how to pay your credit card bills off, but I just don't establish
And
friendships
not no
like
small,
that.
be like 1,000. Can I
Yeah.
get that? What?
Yeah, I had somebody say that somebody had asked them to pay like $5,700 on a bill they had. I was like, wait a minute. Somebody actually asked you to pay that? They're like, yeah, they sent me the invoice. Why does somebody that you don't talk to that often feel comfortable enough to ask for that? That ain't no little bit of money. But that's because they think you just sitting around, sitting on your money. I'm like, don't count my money for me.
Exactly. And have no intention on trying to pay it back.
Oh,
pay
no.
it back.
Oh, no. Never, ever.
Yeah, I learned that early on. If you ask me for something and I give it to you, I probably don't have no intentions on getting it back. Because, yeah.
I'm going to want mine.
I would like it if you give it back. That'd be nice.
I'm going to want it
but
back.
I'm not. When I say that, I'm not going to be mad at you if you don't. Like, y'all,
I'm
nah,
gonna
I
be
ain't.
upset.
My grandmother taught me that. Don't give out more than you can afford to lose.
Right.
Because you never want to fall out over money. You never
Right.
want to
Well,
be
this is
like,
true.
yeah, like, nah, we ain't talking because I gave her such and such and she ain't never paid me back.
Well, let's scale back a little
Okay.
bit. Okay. This is why I have a problem with it.
Okay.
I hate when people, because this has happened to me. I hate when people come across like they got all this money. You going on trips, you know, going to the boat, you doing all these things, you buying your mate X, Y, and Z, and then you ain't got money to pay your rent. And so you coming to me, let me get $200 from you. I'm going to pay you back on Friday. See, that's where people mess up at. I'm going to pay you back on Friday. Okay. Oh, here come the next week. I ain't heard from you all week. And then here come Friday. The sun is going down. I'm going to call you.
Oh, you going to call him?
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Because what I don't want you to do is forget that this is the day that you said you was going to pay me.
Okay.
Now, I'm not trying to meet you nowhere to get my money because how you got it is how I want to receive it. I don't want 220s and the 180 the following week because that's not what you said. Now, had you called me early on and said, hey, this and this and this happened, and so I ain't gonna be able to give you the whole 200, that's different. But if you just blank out avoiding me, and avoiding me meaning you ain't called all week, not even say how you doing or nothing. Here's Friday, the sun is going down, and I'm calling you about my money. Because what I don't want to happen is we going into week 2, and now you done forgot you owe me money. At least that's what you
Yeah,
say.
you ain't forgot, but
That's
yeah.
what they say. I forgot I owed you that money. So we not going to be forgetful. And so, I didn't fill out with people like that because I'm like, yo, well, can you meet me? No, I'm not. Because remember how you drove over to my house to get it? That's how you need to deliver it because I wasn't planning on leaving the house.
Right. Now, I live and learn. If you call me with a good story or your story or whatever it is, because I'm not going to judge you, and I give it to you and you act like you don't remember I gave it to you, just know that you'll never, ever get another dime, nickel, or nothing from me. And your next story might be worse than the first one, but you won't. I'm not, no.
You just going to listen?
I ain't even going to listen. I mean, whatever. You can be
Well,
sitting there talking.
once people do me like that, I politely let them know, please don't call me the next time that you find yourself in a bind because I'm so sorry.
I ain't got to tell them. They know. They know. I'm going to play crazy just like you playing crazy. You act like you never brought it up. I ain't going to never bring it up. We ain't going to have this conversation.
But people think that they've gotten over when you don't ever bring it up.
I don't think they get over.
Yes, they do.
I don't think. Well, yeah, in their mind, they probably do think they're getting over. But I can guarantee you that the same way they needed me for that month, they're going to need it again. And what they're not going to do is pick the phone up and ask me twice.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to tell people, this is it. Well, I don't even think, what did I say? I know I said something real slick because, honey, I I was mad. I was just mad in the delivery of it. Not only did you bring me my money, but you like thumped it at me like,
Oh,
yeah, you got some words.
Oh, yeah, no. Did you ever loan them some
oh
money?
no, you can't come back.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they it's very clear that we ain't doing that no more.
Yeah. No, I have had a couple of people get me, but not, like I said, not to the point where I'm gonna stop talking to you or whatever. But they know that they can't.
Yeah, we can't talk about money.
Yeah, we ain't.
Yeah, when you get to
throwing hints and
I just changed the subject. I be like, yeah,
that's
because
messed
tomorrow
up.
I'm gonna
That's
cook
my favorite. I ain't changing the subject. That's
cornbread.
messed up.
I'm changing the subject. I don't want to hear the story. Ain't no need of you thinking you telling me the story is gonna change my mind. One, you weren't accountable for what
That's
you
what
said you were
my
gonna
pettiness shows up.
do. Yeah.
That is unfortunate. Oh my God.
Yeah, I ain't
Do
doing
you-
none of that.
You ain't got nobody to help you.
I
You
ain't
don't
doing none of that.
No, because such as a lost. That is.
But
I
see,
sure
that just
hope
lets
you make
you
it out of
know
that.
how small they think of you because you didn't bring it back up to them. They feel like you forgave them because you are very forgiving.
Yeah.
You are extremely forgiving. I'm not. Because, honey, every time I see you, I'm going to give you a look of, I ain't forgot what you did.
Yeah. I do.
And so I think because you are so very forgiving that they think that you're going to forgive them on the money tip. That's where you draw the line?
Oh, yeah. And I don't even know if it's forgiving because I'm going to take it up a notch and where people think you dumb.
Yeah.
They think
you're
they
But
you
sometimes
too nice.
when you, and that's where I fall out with the forgiveness because I think sometimes when I forgive people, that means they think I'm dumb. And that's why I be like, yeah, I ain't going to be able to forgive you. And I know you have a whole, you know,
because I can forget.
sermon about that, but yeah.
Because I don't think that part, I think is my kindness. I
Yeah,
think they
you're very
taking that
kind.
and putting it in like, yeah, she dumb. I can get over on her again. I can, you know, because she's too nice. You got a big heart, you know.
They never say that about me. I'm very loving, but nah.
That's what I don't. That is so funny. Like, how can you have these traits? I got these traits, but then we think different on that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you want to squeeze and hug and all that, and I'm like, get off me. But I'll give you some money.
Yeah, because you ain't getting that from me. I love you. What else do you need me to do for you?
You cook them a meal.
No, I ain't gonna cook nothing, but I will go get you. You need some toilet paper, water at your house. What you need?
Yeah,
I don't even, and I really don't never even ask that. Now, if somebody who I know really needs some money and I got it, I'm gonna give it to them. But some people who have burned bridges and I just see you, I know you blowing your money, or you can't get nothing from me.
Do they have to ask you, or you gotta see?
No,
like, if you see them doing bad, like,
If I know the person and I know that there's something that's getting ready to happen, I'm gonna automatically send it to you.
okay.
Yeah. Or if I know you've been doing something for free for me, I'm going to bless you.
So what if the person you
I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but come on.
what if the person that you help and you like, okay, you've been doing, I see you struggling, here's $500 to get you on your feet and
I
help you
would
out.
do that.
Okay. And then a couple of months go by, maybe 6-7 months go by, and they start doing really good and get on their feet and doing great, actually, doing better than you,
Yeah.
but never ever offer,
No, I don't want it back.
or just offer to do something, or to that wouldn't bother
No.
you.
Cause I really gave it to you, and I'm applaud you. Oh, good job. Yeah, I don't want it back. And I think that's the difference between me giving it to you and me loaning it to you. Because if I'm loaning it to you, you didn't already made a promise. Maybe I watched too many judge shows. You didn't already made a promise that you're gonna give it back. But if I give it to you, no, I don't want it back, and I don't want nothing back. You know, that's just like if I go to somebody's restaurant, or I know that they make products, and I say, oh, can you make me this, or can I get this from you, even if it's water, and they be like, is it for you? I'm like, yeah. And they be like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, this is your business. How much do I owe you? I mean, because so many people take advantage of people and think that they should give them free products just because that's their friend, but that's their business. And so I don't do people like that. I don't care if you my friend or not. How much is it? Let me pay for it, or and I ask for it, because I just think that's not cool for people to do that.
I agree with that. If somebody's doing something, or if they, providing a service or something, to whereas, I'm like, no, here, let me pay you, because I would have had to pay somebody.
Exactly.
I'm not, so just take it, and because,
Yeah, but so many people do that. Even this past weekend, I ran into this girl and somebody wanted a water, and I was like, oh, can I get a water from you? And I was like, how much is it? And she told me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went and got my purse. She was like, no, is it for you? I'm like, no, like, this is like, you out here selling water. It's like, no, don't lose your money, because as soon as you give it to me, the next person is going to want it for free. Like, we're not doing that.
So you said if you gave it to somebody, but what if it was a person that you loaned it to, and you see them come up and they never ever mention, here's your money?
What you mean? If I mean it, so a loan to me is somebody asking for it.
Right. You loan them.
Then we have an agreement on when you gonna pay me back.
Exactly. So this is the person that you ask, and they like, oh, I forgot, and they skipped on over it, and so 7 months later, you see them come up. They still never paid you back your money, but you see them come up and they doing great. Do you still say, where's my money? Or do you let it go after a certain amount of time?
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me for some money and you give me a timeline, I am sticking to the timeline. But if I give you some money, I really ain't looking for it back.
Right. But yes, right. That's what I'm saying.
And I ain't fooling with you no more. If I loaned you some money and you don't pay me back, even if it's later on, I'm just not fooling with you.
So you ain't even going to, you just be like, oh, they doing good, and going about your business. Yeah. You're not even going to ask them about the money.
Because you know you owe the money. Ain't no need us talking about it.
Maybe they really forgot.
No, they did.
Maybe they had a lot going on in their life and they forgot. You wouldn't find a way to bring it up?
No.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I agree with you.
I'm sure I have loaned people money and they didn't pay me back, and I don't know.
I just look at people like that. Especially like if I'm in a situation just like you. But I'm going to go ahead and try to help you out.
But people don't see it like that, especially if you have, say, if you're married, they don't believe you in the same situation as us, because, like, your husband work, or you have a kid that stays at home with you and they making money. Well, you got another income coming in, or you dating somebody and they think
money.
Well, people do it all the time. People count your money and your time all the time.
I know, that's why. Because that's not cool.
People do it all the time, and so
the nerve of people. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, because the audacity.
But people do that all the time, because I'm sure as a married person, you have more people who didn't want to acknowledge that they owed you money. And they didn't apologize for it either, because as a married person, they felt like you wasn't going to miss it anyway. Especially if you driving a certain car, or you looking a certain way all the time. They feel like she ain't going to miss it.
And that's unfortunate. I do agree with that, because a lot of people just assume things. They assume because for whatever reason, maybe that's how they saw somebody else's relationship. But some married people live as though they're single. They don't share their money. They live as...
but if you're not sharing what's going on in your household, people make the assumption, especially if they know what type of work your spouse does, then, or they retire, whatever the case may be, they be like, oh, no, y'all got some money. You see that house y'all live in? Is your house, people make a lot of assumptions about what they see from the naked eye, and that's why so many people wear those masks, because I want to make you believe that I got this and this and that going on, even though I probably don't.
Going back to that attention. Living above your means.
But yes, it's a lot of that.
All right, I don't even know what we talked about today.
We talked about accountability
Oh, that's right.
versus apology.
And who taught us that? So who taught us to be accountable?
I think it's how you were reared, and did you accept? Because a lot of times when you think about some kids who are reared by a babysitter versus being a key latch kid, that the neighborhood, and if you didn't have that reinforcement of you are okay, then I just think it took you to maturity to really accept it.
Do you think that your boys can say the words "I'm sorry" or take accountability?
Yeah, I think they both can.
Both can. Okay.
I don't know that first one. The second one for sure apologizes all the time. I'm almost sure the first one is accountable. Like, yeah, I messed up. But he's the type, we ain't going to harp on it. All right, I'm sorry, I did it. It's over with. We're not going to keep talking about it. That's him.
My middle one, I can't see it. If they hadn't, I can see that, but but the middle one,
Yeah, that youngest one is starting to really figure some stuff out. Like I'd be like, yeah, that ain't your friend. They can't stay for me to say that because they know at some point it's going to surface.
So which one would you say is more like you, the youngest one?
People say that, but really, I don't know. They both have a lot of my traits. Right,
but as I hear you talking, I think the youngest one. I do see that.
Well, this is hard. I think he's gonna grow out a lot of that as he continues to mature. I think I could see him being just like the oldest one.
I don't. I don't, cause I see more you, that loving personality. They just wanna everybody to be happy, and whereas the oldest one, like, I need you to get away from me.
Be happy on your own note.
Exactly.
Because I'm good over here.
You need to figure that out on your own. Go on. So I don't know. All right. Well, do we have any closing remarks, or we're good?
Okay. Be accountable, people. Stop all that fake apologizing.
Right. Break it down on what you're sorry about. Don't just be talking words. All right. Well, as always, we are grateful to those who joined us today discussing things that are challenging our mindset. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And until the next time, become your own peace. Be slow to speak, fast to think. And before you release it, ask yourself, who taught us that?